We are going to call the meeting to order today. Today is August 26th, and we are calling the meeting to order here at 5 p.m. in the George Keller Public Assembly Room here at the Lawrence Government Center. We thank you for all those that are in attendance today. Renee, our secretary, is feeling a little bit under the weather, and we hope she gets feeling better. We will call the meeting to order at this time. Let the record reflect we have a quorum to do business for the city of Lawrence. First item before us on our agenda today are the minutes of the regular meeting held on August 12th, 2021. Are there any corrections or deletions to those minutes?
Nope.
Hearing none, is there a motion to approve?
Motion to approve.
By Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second.
Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Minutes are approved. The unfinished business will be continued on my notice till...
We need to just table that instead of keeping it on there?
We could, or whatever.
Either one is fine, and I can check in on it. I don't really know what the holdup is, so.
Well, we do have a note here on my agenda that September 9th, we may be entertaining it, so it might be for one meeting, maybe not worth it. We'll see if it continues on, though. That's a good point, and we'll just maybe remove it from the unfinished business. Moving right into new business, approval of engagement letter with LWG, CPAs, and advisors. I think everybody received a little copy on that. Any questions or comments on the...
That's basically a renewal of an existing contract, if I read that
I
correct.
think it's a renewal, isn't it?
I'm not sure if it's a renewal. I haven't seen a prior contract with them. I know this was just assisting with like annual budgets, financial reports, not to exceed a $15,000. Legally, it has everything it needs for the contract, but I haven't seen a prior contract with them before.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if that was, is it a new engagement that we're considering that we hadn't before, or?
I would have to ask Tyler about the history of it.
Okay, it's not important. I just,
It looks like it's just for 5 months, so it's just a
I'm
short
assuming
period
it's
of
just
time.
for this
Yeah.
season of budgeting.
Accounting, yeah.
all right, and
Questions further on it?
I do, but I don't know that that would be more in line with Tyler, so that's fine.
Okay, is there a motion then to approve the engagement letter?
Motion to approve.
By Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mrs. Browner. Questions on the motion? Hearing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0 for approval of the engagement letter with LWG and CPAs and their advisors. Item B on our agenda today, approval of service contract with LT Precise Cuts. Are there any questions on that?
I do, but didn't we just approve one of these just recently for the zoning violations? And I thought we did at the last meeting have services, but this may be.
I can answer that.
Okay.
So this is a renewal of a contract that we signed last year with this company, and they're one of the contractors that helps us with our violation properties. And it is just a renewal for another year so that we can continue using them.
Oh, okay. I guess time flies.
Thank you. All right. Having heard that it is a continuation of those people delinquent on lawn cutting. So is there a motion to approve the service contract?
Motion to approve.
By Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second.
By Mrs. Browner. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Item C, appointment of Reserve Officer Greg Gates. And we have our chief coming up here, Mr. Woodruff. Thank you, Chief Woodruff.
Gary Woodruff, Deputy Chief, Lawrence Police, speaking on behalf of Chief Hoffman. Greg Gates and William Jones are two firefighters, members of the fire department, who are being assigned as arson investigators. They have completed their training required by the state of Indiana to be reserve police officers, which is where they get their law enforcement powers from, through us, to be arson investigators. So I'd also like to point out that in addition to our Chief Hoffman here, we're also joined by the Noblesville Police Chief, John Mann, who worked with Investigator Gates for several years in the arson unit with the Indianapolis Police Department. So we're honored to have Chief Mann here as well.
Great. Welcome, Chief Mann. We have questions for
You just answered it on the arson part.
arson part, yeah. Now, we need to take these individually, don't we, rather than, yes. So let's entertain then, all things are in order for the appointment of Reserve Officer Greg Gates. Are there any further questions?
No, I'd just like to say thank you for, your service, and welcome to the police department in Lawrence.
On the other
Which
side
was
of the
Mr.
fence
Gates.
here, right?
Okay.
All right, is there a motion to appoint Reserve Officer Greg Gates?
Motion to approve.
Okay, by Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second?
By Mrs. Browner. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 3-0. Welcome aboard, Greg Gates, on the arson part of the business for the police department. Let's go to item D, the appointment of Reserve Officer William Jones. Any other comments or?
No, the same things. I think I covered them both when I was speaking earlier. But yeah, William Jones has completed the requirements as well to be an arson investigator in the state of Indiana.
Any questions?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
For your service, and welcome to the Lawrence Police Department.
I will entertain a motion for that appointment of the Reserve Officer William Jones.
Motion to approve.
And is there a second? That's motion by Mr. Clark. Is there a second?
Second?
By Mrs. Browner. Questions on the motion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. Thank you, Chief. Appreciate that.
May I add one more thing?
Yes, sir.
Immediately following the board meeting here, they'll be sworn on to the department by our clerk, Kathy Walton. So if you'd like to stay for that, we'd love to see you.
All righty. Thank you for that invitation. We go into comments of administration, and Gary Woodruff just made a few comments there for us to have an extended visit for swearing in, those that can stay. Citizens' comments? Okay, hearing no citizens' comments. Motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Mr. Clark, second.
Second?
Mrs. Browner. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries 3-0. We are adjourned for today. Thank you.